So here you go, the second video, number 9. Well, let's look at number 9. We have a denominator of x minus 1 and a denominator of x plus 1. I'm adding two fractions. So when I finish up, I need to have one fraction with the common denominator. What is my LCD? Well, for this denominator, I need an x minus 1. For this denominator, I need an x plus 1. So that tells me over here I have to multiply by x minus 1 over x minus 1. Over here I have to multiply by x plus 1 over x plus 1. That's going to give me my common denominator. My common denominator is going to be x plus 1 times x minus 1. The plus is in the middle still, and I have x plus 1, x minus 1. So here I have x plus 1 times 5. Distribute the 5. You get 5x plus 5. Here I have 4 times x minus 1, so this is 4x minus 4. Combine like terms. 5x plus 4x is 9x. 5 plus a negative 4 is plus 1 over my common denominator of x plus 1, x minus 1. This is my final answer. That's number 9. Let's go to number 10. Again, I'm subtracting two fractions. That tells me I need to get a common denominator, and this common denominator needs to stay through my problem to the very end. So I need to have my LCD, let's use a different color, is going to be x plus 2 for this denominator and x for this denominator. So over here, what am I missing? I'm missing an x in my denominator, so I have to multiply by x over x. Over here, what am I missing in my denominator? I'm missing x plus 2, so I have to multiply by x plus 2 over x plus 2. So that's going to give me my common denominator. I'm first going to have x times x plus 2 minus x times x plus 2. My denominators are now alike. So what is my numerator here? 2 times x is 2x. 3 times x plus 2 is 3x plus 6. But I still have subtraction in here, so I'm going to have to do that subtraction in just a minute. But here I go. Now I'm going to make it one denominator, x times x plus 2. 2x minus 3x is a negative x minus a positive 6, so minus 6. If I factor anything out, nothing can cancel, so this should be my answer. Number 11. Number 11, I'm multiplying. Since I'm multiplying, I don't have to have a common denominator that sticks with me the entire way. What I need instead is to factor everything and cancel out common factors. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my lovely little line that I've been putting in here little by little. Okay, so 2x is fine. Here I can factor out an x, and that's going to leave x cubed minus 64. Here I can factor out an x, and that's going to leave x squared plus 4x plus 16. Here, this is going to factor into x plus 4, x minus 4. But this x cubed minus 64 can factor out some more. This here is not going to factor out anymore. So let's see, remember this x cubed minus 64, that's a difference of cubes. So that's going to, there's my x in front. It's going to be x minus 4 times x squared plus 4x plus 16. So if I write all my factors out, I now have 2x from here times x times x minus 4, my difference of cubes, times x squared plus 4x plus 16. All of this is going to be over this factored out. We had an x. This x squared plus 4x plus 16 is not factorable. So this is x squared plus 4x plus 16. And this is x plus 4 times x minus 4. All right, now let's cancel. This x squared plus 4x plus 16, these two cancel. X minus 4 and x minus 4 cancel. This x and this x cancel. So I'm going to be left with 2x over x plus 4. And that should be my answer. So that was my answer. Let's go ahead and go on to number 12. Again, same idea. Here I had to keep my common denominator. Here I had to keep my common denominator. Here I don't need common denominators. I need factors that I can cancel. On number 12, 13, and 14, I want to get rid of my common denominators. I want to get rid of my denominators altogether. So here, if I factor x squared minus 3x, this can factor to x times x minus 3. This is x and this is x minus 3. So I can say that my LCD is x times x minus 3. So I want to multiply both sides of my equal sign by my LCD, not to get a common denominator, but to cancel out all my denominators. So when I multiply 1 over x times x minus 3 times x times x minus 3, I get x times x minus 3 times the 1 over x times x minus 3 is equal to 7 times x minus 3 over x, that's this term right here, plus 4 times x minus 3 over x minus 3. I multiplied every term times my LCD. This is multiplication. So here my x cancels, my x minus 3's cancel, and all I'm left with is 1 is equal to, my x's cancel. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times minus 3 is minus 21. Here my x minus 3's cancel. 4 times x is plus 4x. So 1 is equal to 11x minus 21. Add 21. 22 is equal to 11x. So x is equal to 2. If I plug that into my denominators, I do not get 0. So that should be my answer. So as you can see, I obviously did not leave any room for me to do number 13. Let me go ahead and move 13 to the bottom of the page. And we'll do 13 next. One more time, let's move 13 to the bottom of the page. And we'll do 13 next. So, technical difficulties, pause. All right, so let's go ahead and do number 13. For number 13, I need to factor out this x squared minus 4. This is going to be x plus 2 and x minus 2. Okay. I already know that this needs an x, this has an x minus 2, this has an x plus 2. So my LCD is going to be the x minus 2 times the x plus 2. Again, since this is an equation, I'm not trying to have a common denominator, but I want to cancel out all my denominators. So I'm going to multiply left and right of the equal sign by my denominator to cancel out all of my denominators. Multiply by my least common denominator. So I have x minus 2 times x plus 2 times x over x minus 2, that's just this first term, is equal to 11 times x plus 2 times x minus 2 over x plus 2. That's the second term on the right of the equal sign, plus x plus 1 times x minus 2 times x plus 2 over my x plus 2, x minus 2. If I did this correctly, all my denominators should cancel. X minus 2, x minus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2, x minus 2. What am I left with? Here I'm left with x plus 2 times x. Distribute the x. X times x is x squared plus x times 2 is 2x is equal to 11 times x minus 2. Distribute the 11. 11 times x minus 11 times 2 plus all I'm left here with is x plus 1. So this is x squared. I have two pluses in here. Sorry, plus 2x is equal to 12x minus 21. 11x plus 1x is 12x. Negative 22 plus 1 is negative 21. Move everything to one side. I have x squared. Subtract 12x is minus 10x. Add 21 is plus 21. So I just need to make this subtraction a little darker. And now it's equal to 0. I subtracted the 12x and got negative 10x. I added the 21 over here, and so now I need to factor. What multiplies to be 21 and adds to be negative 10? Well, that's going to be a negative 7 and a negative 3. Set them equal to 0. X minus 7 equals 0, so x is equal to 7. X minus 3 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 3. Those are my two answers for number 13. And I'm going to write over here below. Number 14. Number 14, let's go ahead and again, I need common denominators, so I'm going to factor this out to be x minus 4 times x minus 2. That tells me I'm going to go ahead and move this one also to the bottom so I have room. So let's go ahead and pause. All right, so here's problem number 14. Like I said, I'm going to do it down here. I guess I can move it to the side here and start it here. So as I started up there, I factor this to x minus 4 times x minus 2. My LCD is going to be x minus 4 times x minus 2. When I multiply that in here, I'm going to get x minus 4 times x minus 2 times this 2 divided by my denominator of x minus 4 times x minus 2. That was this here, is equal to, distribute my LCD to both of these, and I'm going to get 1 times x minus 4 times x minus 2 over its denominator of x minus 4 plus 2 times x minus 4 times x minus 2 over x minus 2. Now I can come into each of these separate fractions and cancel. x minus 4, x minus 4, x minus 2, x minus 2. This reduces to 2. I got rid of my denominator. X minus 4, x minus 4. I'm left with x minus 2. X minus 2, x minus 2. Distribute the 2. I get plus 2x minus 8. Combine like terms. I get 3x minus 10. Add 10 over. 12 is equal to 3x. So x is equal to 4. But if I plug 4 into this right here, 4 minus 4 is 0. So even though I came up with one answer, I actually come up with no solution. Now on the test, I want to see x minus equals 4 somewhere, but I also need to see no solution. Because 4 minus 4 is 0, I can't divide by 0, so this is no solution. So that was number 14. Again, I'm going to say below, and I'm going to continue. Number 15. I can come to number 15 and I can factor out my denominator. This is like the equations. I don't want to have a common denominator at the end. I want to cancel out all these small denominators. I can factor out here, and my denominator is going to be 4 times x plus 3. I'm going to factor a 2 out of here and get 2 times x plus 3. And I'm going to leave this as x plus 3. So I don't need to rewrite that. So let's continue. I'm going to multiply my top and bottom of my fraction by my LCD, 4 times x plus 3. So I'm going to end up with 3 times 4 times x plus 3 over, now this I factored to 4 times x plus 3, big fraction bar. Here, this is going to be 4 times 4 times x plus 3 over, again, this factored to 2 times x plus 3. Then I'm going to have plus my 1 times 4 times x plus 3 over that denominator of x plus 3. Again, the goal of this is to cancel out these denominators. The 4's cancel, the x plus 3's cancel, leaving in the numerator just that 3. Here, the x plus 3's cancel. Here, this 2 and this 4 reduce to 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus, my x plus 3's cancel. 1 times 4 is 4. So this is 3 over 12, which reduces to 1/4. So that's my answer for number 15, 1/4. Number 16, it's the same idea. For this denominator, I need an LCD of, ignore that, 3x. Here I need an LCD of x plus 2. For this denominator, I need an x plus 2. I already have. For this denominator, I need an x. I already have. So I'm going to multiply every term by my least common denominator. Draw my lucky little line right here. So here I'm going to get 1 times 3x times x plus 2 over this 3x minus 4 times 3x times x plus 2 over this x, that's not x, over x plus 2, big fraction bar, x times my LCD of 3x times x plus 2 over my denominator of x plus 2, that's this fraction here, plus 1 times 3x times x plus 2 over my denominator of x. Get my red marker. 3x cancel, leaving 1 times x plus 2. So that's x plus 2. X plus 2 cancels with x plus 2. So it's minus 4 times 3x, so minus 12x over x plus 2 cancels with x plus 2, leaving x times 3x. So that's 3x squared plus, excuse me, that plus ended up in the wrong place, plus x and x cancel. 1 times 3 times x is 3x. 1 times 3 times 2 is plus 6. Combine like terms, x minus 12x is negative 11x plus 2 over 3x squared plus 3x plus 6. That should be my final answer. So number 17, I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm going to do this below. I'm going to go to another, I'm going to pause. So down below, we're going to go ahead and do number 17. Here I need a denominator of a, so my LCD needs to have an a. Here my denominator needs an x. I already have an a, I already have an x, so my LCD is ax. So I'm going to come through here and multiply my first fraction by ax plus multiply my second fraction by ax, big fraction bar. Here I have x times ax over a minus a times ax over x. Get out my red marker. A's cancel. X's cancel. A's cancel. X's cancel. I end up with x plus a over, well, this is x times x, or x squared. This is a times a, or a squared, so that's x squared minus a squared. If I continue, I have x plus a over x squared minus a squared is x plus a times x minus a, but my x plus a's cancel. So I get 1 over x minus a as my final answer. So up here again, I'm going to write below. And I'm going to go ahead and go to number 18. The collision impact of an automobile varies jointly as the mass. So the impact I varies jointly as the mass and the square of the speed v. Okay, there's my equation. The impact of 2,880 is equal to, when mass m is 10 and v speed is 12 squared. So, drawing my little line, I get 2,880 is equal to 12 squared is 144 times 10 is 1,440. K, divide both sides by 1,440, I get K to be 2. So my original equation now is, draw my line, my original equation is I is equal to 2, because I found K to be 2, times mv squared. What is the mass when the impact is 4,000? K we know is 2. I need to find the mass, and the speed is the speed is 20. Okay? Draw my little line. So I know that 4,000 is equal to 20 squared is 400 times 2. So this is 800 m. I'm going to divide both sides by 800. So I'm going to get 4,000 divided by 800. So I'm going to get m to be 5. A mass of 5 is my answer. Number 19. The intensity of sound S varies directly as the amplitude, A of the sound source, and inversely as the square of the difference, of the distance, D, from the source. So that's my equation. I need to find S. So we're going to say that the sound 7.5 is equal to K times my amplitude of 200 divided by my distance 4 squared. So 7.5 is equal to 200 divided by 16 times K. So 7.5 is equal to, hold on one second. Technically speaking, these equal signs should not be here. So this is one part of my problem. This is the second step of my problem, and this is the third step of my problem. 7.5 is equal to 200 divided by 16 is 12.5 K. Divide both sides by 12.5. And I get my K to be 0.6. So I can come back to my original problem and say that S is equal to 0.6 times A over D squared. Now, what is the sound intensity when the amplitude is 150? I plugged in my K. And the distance is 3. So I go to my handy dandy calculator, 0.6 times 150, and divide by 3 squared. I get my sound intensity to be 10. So S is equal to 10. Okay. That's the second page. I'm going to stop this video and I will do a third video for the third page.